And he is really, really getting pushed back by this huge army. I like the Zealots mixed in. There we got the Templar Archives up. If he can get some High Templar out in Storm, he could hold this off a lot better, and then he'd actually have a really strong unit composition to come back with. But Hiya is making a huge, strong push here with Medic Marines across the middle of the map. It looks like he's trying to flank and pick off the reinforcements. Hiya is not falling for the bait. He's just going to try and siege up and hold off with reinforcements at his main while he's counterattacking, or rather continuing his attack into Violet's natural expansion. There's a DT in there. It's running away. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe there was a comm set that went off. But this is actually, we could see some kind of base raiding here. Oh, he's targeting down the comm set station with, oh my gosh, he's targeting down the comm set with the carriers. If he gets the comm sats, he could use DTs to clean everything up. He's repairing with a few SCVs. He needs to kill those SCVs to get the comm set station. And it doesn't work. Oh man. Very smart move there by Violet, but it doesn't quite work out. DTs popping out of those gateways. He kills off comm sets pretty quick, but he might run out of comm set energy pretty quickly here. He's got more DTs and Zealots up on the top. He's just waiting for one final push to try and hold this off. Carriers, having failed in their counterattack, are falling back as quickly as they slowly can to try and take care of these tanks. They're actually engaging the tanks. If he can pick off those tanks, actually, that would be huge. Picks off 2 tanks, picking off a 3rd, picking off a 4th. He's going to get the last tank. He pops all the tanks, and in the meantime, going in with the Zealots and DTs to counteract the bio. Brilliant move by Violet, coming with two-pronged attack and basically countering both kinds of units with exactly what he needed to. He countered the bio with the DTs and Zealots, and countered the tanks with the carriers, and so now suddenly Violet has a bit of an advantage here. Zealots going across the map, their speed upgraded as well. The Marines can't figure out if they want to target the interceptors or the Zealots. He's actually should be targeting down those Zealots first, I think, but the tanks go down either way to the carriers while he's dealing with the Zealots, and Hiya is now on the back foot here. Hiya is now having to fall back to his natural expansion. He did take out Violet's natural expansion, so he set Violet back a lot. Violet is not in the best position here, but he is in a pretty good position. He's got a major advantage here with this attack. He's built up to 4 carriers now. He probably has more incoming as well. Going in, picking off that turret. Now he needs to not engage those Marines. Look at how fast those interceptors go down if he engages the Marines without the DTs and stuff going in at the same time. Picks off the turret. Comset goes off immediately though, so it's not going to affect anything for this battle. Picks off those DTs quickly. Zealots coming in as well though, so while the Marines are targeting the Zealots, the carriers could just do whatever they want, just killing off tons of Marines. But look at how few interceptors there are. Look at that. No interceptors escape back to those carriers. There's like a total of like 10 or 12 interceptors on all 4 of those carriers combined right now. So many of them got picked off by those Marines. But that's the beauty of carriers, is if you do have some mineral income, you can replace those very easily, and you don't have to spend as much money as you did to get the initial unit, the high gas unit of the carriers. 5 carriers out now for Violet. So he's got a pretty sizable force. If he gets another few out, he's going to start getting pretty invincible with that carrier count, especially against the bio. Is going to be well, you need a lot of bio. You need equal bio basically to deal with it, and I don't know if he's been able to put out enough bio units with all these Zealots and DTs to really match the carriers as much as he would if he'd gone for Goliaths actually at this point. But he's kind of sticking with it. I mean, he doesn't really have any choice at this point. And once High Templar get in the mix, those Marines are just going to get owned, absolutely owned, unless he's super careful. But I don't think it's even going to be possible for him to micro that well. Here he comes in attacking 2 positions at once, running with DTs and Zealots in the front. He needs to get out of range of that turret with the DTs, at least force him away some scans. And there, we saw that earlier with the vultures, that there was a hole in that wall. He still hasn't repaired his fail wall. So these Marines get in here and start doing significant damage actually, well, for their short lives. Now they're going to get cleaned up, but they took out a lot of probes. I think there was just 6 kills on that last Marine alone. So taking out a lot of probes there. This is, working out very well for him. Anyway, but he might do well to repair that fail wall there with the pylons. Wow, this is really interesting, actually. So the DTs, if you didn't notice there, took 2 hits to kill those Marines. Look at that. They're not killing Marines in 1 hit. That's because Hiya actually has +1 armor, and that means that he must not have +1 weapons on his ground units yet for Violet. So that is actually really strong, because that means those DTs are basically half as powerful, because even though they're doing almost full damage to those Marines, they're not quite killing him in 1 shot. They're doing 39 out of 40 damage, and especially with medics in play, that is super powerful. And now tons of bio coming in here. It looks like, and he's attacking that expansion again. This could be the end. If Violet does not crush this attack soon, he's going to go down very quickly, because there is almost nothing he has to stop it. He's got these carriers. DT's in the mix. He's got Templar. He's got High Templar. If he can go in there, if he's going to cast a storm. Oh, the High Templar don't. Oh, he misses his 1 storm. That storm was the only thing he had that could possibly save him right now, and he completely fails. Lets 1 Templar die without casting a storm. The other one misses completely. He's still forcing Hiya back with the power of those zealots, though. But the carriers, I think, are going to clean up after, and you can see that because he is falling back with his bio, that the carriers are going to clean up. He's going to try and meet up with his next group of reinforcements, though, in the middle of the map. And the thing is Violet loses his natural again, lost all his probes at his 3rd, is mined out of his main. Violet is not mining right now with more than a few probes. He's going to have those mained over there in just a moment, but he is really in dire straits right now. Hiya taking a 3rd base at the left side of the map as well is really in a powerful position right now. All that Violet has is those carriers, and if he can position them correctly, they can be pretty effective, but I don't know if he's going to be able to. I mean, there's just a ton of bio coming. No, decent storm killing off several Marines. DT's going in to follow up, but again, still no upgrades on those DTs, I think. Not able to kill those Marines off super effectively. And now the Marines stimming in, trying to kill off those carriers. If he eliminates those carriers, he wins the game. The lots of interceptors have been built up. DT's going in. He comsets, kills off the DTs, killing off interceptors left and right again. Violet forced to fall back once again. If he can land a couple super good storms on that clump of Marines, he can still come back in this. He's got a couple High Templar there. He's mounting them up for an attack. Uh oh, 2 Marines running in to try and kill off the High Templar before they can storm. He forces 1 storm and kills off a few Marines. Is he going to get a 2nd storm off? Not good enough. Not good enough of a storm. Ooh, nice. DT's over here killing off SCVs at the same time while Hiya's distracted by this attack, but I'm not sure it's actually going to matter. Violet just keeps losing everything. He's going to barely clean up that force in his main. But actually, he killed a lot of SCVs at that expansion, so they're kind of in this. Oh no! But there's more Marines coming in here to kill off probes. Unfortunately for Hiya, he didn't target the probes, so the Marines just do some damage to pylons and don't actually do any real damage. Look at this. He's still got Marines in a tank and some medics in here. This is crazy. Templar popping out, just hoping they can storm some mass Marines. But when there's 1 Marine and 1 tank, it's really not even worth the storm. But he may have to cast that storm anyway just to save those Templar. And Violet's not even paying attention apparently to this, so he's not even casting that storm, just depending on those DTs. Saves a single High Templar, but this is just insane. Now Hiya actually has transferred some SCVs up to that next one. Hiya actually only has maybe 15 SCVs mining minerals right now, so I didn't even realize how low his econ was. Those DTs did more than I thought. Here he comes in with the carriers again, trying to pick off the tanks and the higher tech units with his carriers, and then trying to get out with his interceptors intact. Vito's now mining pretty heavily at the right side base again, so they pretty much have close to even economies at this point. But this is a huge push moving across the map. Hiya is not even... Uh-oh. And his carriers are in a little bit of danger. They're trying to target these Marines down that are just kind of separated from the pack. That's a really smart move. But he's going to have to protect that third base. If he loses that third base again, he is not going to be mining at all. And he's going to have to take out everything of Hiya's with these carriers in order to even things up. But I don't think it's quite going to happen. There's too many Marines. The Marines once again running straight through the gap in that pylon wall. Is he going to get a nice storm off? Nice storm. Kills half the Marines. But so many Marines up in that third base. There is 0% chance that he's going to save that third base right now. There's no way he can do that unless Hiya suicidally pulls that force out. He's going to lose that base. Violet is now no longer mining unless he can kill off Hiya's third base with these carriers alone. He's not going to be able to pull it off. I don't know if he even has the money in the bank to keep making interceptors to fill up those carriers. And he loses third base. Scan goes down, killing those DTs and the observer. Carriers have to retreat. If he can maybe kill off Hiya's third base and then have enough in the bank to wait for him to mine out his natural or something, that might help. He's going to try and target the CC to stop mining here. Here comes the High Templar to try and storm the workers as well. But we saw Violet's face a moment ago, and he did not look happy at all. He did not look like he was expecting to come back into this game. He's desperately trying to fight on top of this ridge, hoping with all of his heart to try and get this all kill here. If he can take out Hiya somehow, some way, he can get the all kill for his team, but it looks like he's probably not going to. Marines coming in. The interceptors are all but spent. He's got 5 interceptors left. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 interceptors. Violet GG's. Violet GG's, and Hiya in spectacular fashion with a massive, awesome bio ball rush to counter the carriers, has won the match for his team and come back and taken the win out of Violet's hands. Violet looking fairly disappointed there. At least he got 3 kills for his team though, right? So not horrible. I mean, Flash hasn't even played yet. I'm unfortunately haven't watched the rest of this series. I'm actually casting a StarCraft 2 live event, the VT Gaming Open with Peanut again later on today. So unfortunately these VODs won't be up until after that, so I'm sorry about that. So now there should be VODs available of that though, on the VT Gaming Justin TV site. Anyway, but my point being, I didn't have time to go through and watch the rest of this series to get the background here. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game very much though. I certainly did. Definitely one of the better games I've seen of Brood War. And you know, in this day and age when Brood War has been all but, you know, kind of solved and people are doing the same standard stuff every once in a while, it is so awesome to see a game where something unusual and something unique happens. So thanks very much for the recommendation on this game. Alright, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I've got another requested game to do next here, and then after that, if I have time before the event, I'm going to go do some MSL stuff. So look out for some MSL games coming up as well, and if not, I'm going to be doing the MSL in the next couple days instead. Alright, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.